Ann Coulter wrote an article about the World Cup saying that the growing interest in soccer is a sign of moral decay. I don't know how many people sent me this thing. It must have been 20 or 30 people. Half said Ann Coulter's completely out of her mind. The other half said Ann Coulter's completely out of her mind, but this is a satirical article which shouldn't be taken seriously. And in this article, Ann Coulter states a bunch of different things. She talks about how the main point is that a growing interest in soccer in the United States is a sign of moral decay. And she gives a whole list of reasons, which I have here. She says that individual achievement isn't a big factor in soccer. She says that's a bad thing. She says that liberal moms like soccer because it's a sport in which athletic talent finds so little expression that girls can play with boys, and she says no serious sports are co-ed. She says that no other sport ends in as many scoreless ties, which I guess she says is really, really bad. She says you can't use your hands in soccer, and that hands are one of the primary things that differentiate humans from other species, and that why would we create a sport where you don't use your hands? It also is foreign. She doesn't like that. She doesn't like the fact that so many Americans are watching soccer and it's connected to the demographic shift, which I guess means Mexicans. I think that's whenever we talk about soccer and demographics, if American conservatives are talking about soccer demographics, I assume it's a comment about Hispanic people. To be honest, I don't know if this is a satirical article from Ann Coulter or not, but for most of the reasons she cites, let's assume that this is a serious article. She's actually citing really good reasons for why it would be good for more Americans to be following soccer. It is true that there might be a 0-0 game, and to really enjoy that, the box score is not the exciting thing. The 90 minutes of soccer might actually be the exciting thing. Ann Coulter is making a really good case for why more Americans should watch soccer.
Now, I've never known Ann Coulter to do satire. Would you agree with me on that?
She does sometimes do articles that are, I guess, satirical. Sometimes what happens,
maybe.
Sometimes tongue-in-cheek, yeah. Sometimes what happens is she writes something so offensive that she says, obviously it was a joke. Like I think when she talked about, didn't she say that fag John Edwards once or something like that? She used the word fag related to John Edwards, I think.
Yeah.
And afterwards it was all just a big joke. Come on, guys. He's just joking around. I think you're making a good point, which is sometimes retroactively articles are designated as satire when there's just huge blowback.
Right. I don't think that this was meant to be satire. I think this is Ann Coulter doing what she does best, and that is getting attention because she needs it as she needs that validation.
A couple of people emailed me saying, David, don't be outraged at this. Don't do the liberal outrage at what she said. I'm not at all outraged. I just think this article, if it's satire, it's satire of Republicans. So that's no great victory for her. And if it's not satire, it's just more proof that we shouldn't be paying attention to Ann Coulter. The real sign of moral decay would be Ann Coulter taken seriously by more Americans.
Just consider, David, how many do take her seriously and how many show up when she speaks at a conference or, anywhere. I mean, that is moral decay.